I didn't mean to play that one. I meant to play that one. Anyways, it's happening, guys. So we are here for the match preview of the second leg of the semi-finals of the Champions League. I mean, it's the first time me saying this on this channel. I mean, yeah, we're 1-0 down. PSG are leading 1-0 on aggregate. I want to try and be positive and try and say, look, it's only 1-0. This can be turned around, which it can. Like 1-0 can easily be turned around. And PSG are known bottlers when it comes to having leads in the first leg of Champions League. But this PSG is different. I mean, this PSG to me looks like the kind of side where if they're going to win the Champions League, it'll be this season. You know what I mean? Like, I really do think PSG will win the Champions League. I don't believe we'll go through, but I hope that we do. You know what I mean? I hope we go through and we go to Munich and we do a job. But obviously, the semi-finals are tonight with the Inter and Barcelona. Don't really have a preference of who to go through because if we were to go through tomorrow night, either Inter or Barca are going to be a tough side to get past, well, to beat in the final. But big up to DXI, says it's do or die. You know what I mean? It's do or die. Like it's for a lot of fans, it's win or bust for Arteta. Like for me, like it's you go out, leave, you win the competition, leave on a high. That's where I'm at. But yeah, this ain't no PSG are no slouch, and maybe since beating Madrid, maybe some of the fans have been a bit complacent, thinking, well, like actually, yeah, they have. Like certain fans were like, well, we're beating PSG already, so we should be all right. Which it doesn't work like that. I mean, by that logic, if we were to go through and get Inter Milan in the final, we'd rule ourselves out because we lost it Inter Milan already. You know what I mean? So it works like that as well. But yeah, away from home, hostile environment in Paris, PSG Stadium, 1-0 down. Yeah, let's get into the match preview anyway. PSG hold a slender advantage over Arsenal after winning the first leg of this UEFA Champions League semi-final 1-0 in London last week. With a League One title wrapped up, they are still on for a historic treble as they prepare for a sixth consecutive European fixture against English opponents, 1-3, lost 2, 12 which were decided by a one-goal margin, as was Saturday's 2-1 league defeat away to Strasbourg, in which they arrested several players, because they've got a manager who's about that life. He knows what's at stake. Our manager, on the other hand, thought he could get cute dinner. So let's just see how this pans out on tomorrow night. But PSG are chasing a treble, just like Barcelona. Inter Milan are trying to chase a double because they're still on course to try and win their league title in Italy. And obviously, they got kicked out of their FA Cup, so to speak, by AC Milan in the semi-finals. And then they've got the Champions League, which is 3-3 in their game for their semi-final of the Champions League. So, like I said last week, we're the only team that this is all we have. You know what I mean? You could say Inter Milan as well, really, because I haven't won their league title yet. You know what I mean? But for us and Inter still got a chance to win another trophy, which is the league title. But PSG, this can seal a treble, and same with Barcelona. Do you know what I'm saying? While that suggests another tight battle is likely, Luis Enrique's side have won 3 of the last 4 home Champions League fixtures, losing 1. But home defeats this term to Atletico Madrid 2-1 and Liverpool 1-0 show they are fallible. They are fallible. History is firmly on their side here, though, as the Parisians have advanced from 18 of the last 19 Champions League ties when they recorded a first leg away victory. That first leg defeat to PSG was Arsenal's first in all competitions since late February won 6, drawn 6, and just their second in the Champions League all season, won 9, drawn 2, but was swiftly followed by a 2-1 home reversal against Bournemouth on Saturday, where we lost when we had all our players out, all our players playing. Sorry. Hold on. Yeah. They must now steel themselves for an even bigger task, as they have never previously progressed to a European knockout tie after losing the first leg at home. Lost 5. That is a shambles. I mean, in fact, that's even more.
Emotional damage.
I mean, we've got history to make, man. Chasing a first ever away head-to-head victory, drawn 2. The Gunners have at least won 4 consecutive Champions League away fixtures, despite conceding exactly 1 in each. Not since match day 1 of the league phase have Mikel Arteta's team kept a Champions League away clean sheet, but that sequence continuing might not be as catastrophic as they seem, as the Gunners fired in 16 goals of their own across those 4 successive Champions League road wins. So we'll get on to, I'll say, both PSG and Arsenal have lost 2 of the last 5, both winning 2 and drawing 1. So according to this, the usual suspects for us is out injured. They've only got Kim Pembe out with leg injury. Lee Kangin is questionable for them. So it looks like Dembele's back in this team. And he's in their predicted lineup. Our predicted lineup is as follows: the same lineup that played against Bournemouth, apart from Timbers back at right back. What I want to see is Wanyere in Odegaard's position with Rice and Partey, and the front 3. I want to see Trossard on the bench, Moreno in his place, up top. It's number 9. That's what I want to see. I mean, that's the starting 11 I want to see. I don't want to see Odegaard starting this game, but you know what's going to happen? He's going to start this game because this manager's not smart. This manager's a rookie. You know what I mean? That's what he is. Obviously, head-to-heads against PSG. I can only go back as far as 2007 because, I mean, the last time we won a European trophy, we knocked out PSG in the semi-finals of the Cup Winners' Cup in 1994, but that's not going to show up in here. But yeah, obviously the last time we played PSG, we lost 1-0 at home. Before that, we won 2-0 at home in the league phase of the Champions League. Before that, 5-1 in a friendly. Before that, we drew 2-2 in 2016 at home. Before that, we drew 1-1. Last time we went to this stadium, we drew 1-1. And before that, we beat them in 2007 in the Emirates Cup. So, again, another friendly. And lose second place finish. Do or die if we get knocked out. Yeah, well, no, we're not finishing second this season. You know what I mean? We're not finishing second. I'll tell you what's going to happen in terms of the Premier League. We'll beat Liverpool and lose our last 2 games. Bare minimum, we don't win our last 2 games. We're not beating Newcastle and we're not beating Southampton. But I can see us beating Liverpool because that's just what we do. When it doesn't matter anymore, it'd be so Arsenal to beat Liverpool. It would be. Really and truly, it would be. Big up to Godfrey. Big up YG, you good. I'm trying to be a bit more positive this time round. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be more positive, but I'm struggling. Score prediction for this game. I'm sorry to have to say it, but even though this hasn't happened for a long time, conceding this many goals, I'm going with PSG 3, Arsenal 0. I just don't think that we'll have enough. The first leg is what did it, in my opinion. We're definitely not going to finish the second with Newcastle, Liverpool, Southampton left. I think we'll beat Liverpool because it doesn't matter anymore. Liverpool on the beach now. Liverpool don't really have to, prove anything, so to speak. It'd be so us to beat Liverpool. How far is this person going back? It'd be so us to beat Liverpool, but we ain't beating Newcastle, we ain't beating Southampton. Yep, 3-0. That's what I'm going with. I want to say that we'd score there, but, you know, maybe 3-1, but or 2-1, but I just, unfortunately, I don't see us going through. I see this just being another, just like 2011 when we beat Barca in the first leg. All the ops, all the rivals, everyone was saying, "Oh, but you will lose the second leg. Watch the second leg. You lose the second leg," and we did exactly what the ops said. All the ops said, "Oh, yeah, you won't win the second leg though," and we didn't. We didn't. You know what I mean? We didn't. I remember when we lost to Bayern 3-1 at home in the first leg of the quarterfinals, last 16, sorry, and then we went there and won 2-0 in 2013. Went to Bayern and won 2-0. Wasn't enough. Needed one more goal. That just took us through. You know what I mean? We needed one more goal. Their away goals took them through. Bayern went on to go and win the Champions League. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we beat them. Southampton way is always a difficult task for some reason. It is. Southampton are on 11 points. They're looking to try and not be the joint worst in the Premier League with Derby County. I reckon we're going to at least give them a point, bare minimum. Unfortunately, that's just who we are. You know what I mean? That's just who we are. But I really hope that Arsenal prove me wrong tomorrow. The players prove me wrong. Arteta proves me wrong. Gets his tactics right and everything like that. I really hope that that's how it plans out. But you know, we can all we can do is pray that the players turn up to the point where we actually go through. You know what I mean? If it takes penalty shootouts, if it takes a 1-0 win on the night and extra time and penalties, so be it. But the only thing, all we've got left is the league. That's all the gift that keeps on giving. I hear that we've seen it. We've seen it many times. We have. You know what I mean? We've got ops preying on our downfall and everything like that. And, you know, we're on the brink of, on Thursday night, watching both our ops, especially the main ops, Spurs, get to a European final. And like I said, I think Europa League's got Spurs' name on it. I really do. I mean, it's going to be a Spurs Man United final. Either way, we're going to see one of them pagans lose. So that's going to be a thing that might crack a little smile on our faces. But fam, if we're not in a Champions League final by that point, you know, you can't laugh too heavy, can we? Same, just get me to that final. Yeah, by any means, right now. Nearsighted Remembrance says, I think there's a lot of arrogance from Arsenal as a club and some fans. There is. You know what I mean? Especially after beating Real Madrid. And we don't learn from this. We don't learn from too bit of arrogance. Where, how are we, how can we be arrogant about anything? You know what I mean? But, you know, we do. Too bit of arrogance, and you'll see us drop points or lose a game. And we do it every time. Why is Moreno saying they are winning this week? Well, it's going to come back on him if we don't. Said the same last week. And Enrique has won the Champions League. Exactly. And this is what I've been trying to tell, man. We're up against a manager that's done it all. You know what I mean? The other three managers still left in the Champions League, two of them have won the Champions League before. Another one got to a final. You know what I mean? What have we got? A rookie manager. You know what I mean? Those managers that are left in the Champions League, those are names we said excuse me for spitting. Those are names we said to all these toxic positives. That's who you can replace Arteta with. They didn't want to have it, so let's hope Arteta can get past all them. Then let's hope that that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? They're clear of Arteta. They're clear. The scenes when Spurs win that Europa League and went into hiding. It's just fam. End of the day, we'll have to own it. But this is what happens when you keep somebody like Arteta, when you keep a rookie. I mean, I'll probably end up becoming numb to it because at the end of the day, it's a case of I can't hate on Spurs if they end up winning it because at the end of the day, they would have done their job. It's like, well, you did your job, well done. I mean, if it makes Arteta look bad to the point where the club start looking at him like, now we might have to get rid of this guy because we can't have this. Like I said, I'll take it. People forget AC Milan who Dross beat Madrid. Yeah, that to be honest, teams have been running trains on Real Madrid this season. But I still do think that Arsenal, if you look at the way we performed against them and everything like that, and the way Real Madrid couldn't score for shit until Saliba gifted them a goal, it seems that we might have a psychological edge on Real Madrid. We might just be that team where Real Madrid just find it hard to beat us. You know what I mean? But like I said, if we don't win the Champions League, it means fuck all. Englishman Rice overhyped after Real Madrid. I'm not sure if we'll see him score a free kick like that ever again, in all fairness. But one thing I do know is I'd still rather him take free kicks than Odegaard. Even from a left-footed player's position, from that right-hand side. I'd rather him in-swing it. You know what I mean? Or out-swing it in. Big up to Kurt. Big up to you. I have so much respect for Inzaghi and Flick because there's no waffle talk or front running. Yeah, they just get on with it. I haven't heard them chatting breeze in the media or anything like that. You know what I mean? You got Arteta doing that weak-ass speech last week. Bring your shin pads, bring your boots. Fam, all we saw is a shit-ass tifo, whatever you call it, in our stadium. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves flexing that piece of shit. Yeah? The fans didn't turn up 4 minutes in and the fans were quiet. You know what I mean? Champions League night at the Emirates Stadium. What a load of shit that was. Dembele fit to play tomorrow. Yeah, I know. We've just got to do our bit. You know what I mean? We just got to do our bit. The players love to chat but don't follow up by walking the walk. Exactly. All this talking, just save it for the pitch. Save it game night. Also, did people not watch that Bournemouth game? Some people didn't. Respectfully, Martin, Saka, Partey, Trossard stunk up the gaff. They did. I want Big E to start in Odegaard's position. I want Manieri in there. Trossard, whole bench. Moreno, back as a number 9. Man United are winning Europa League. As much as it paid me to see it because that'll be 3 trophies in 3 seasons. And for all I know, they might win the Champions League next season. You know what I mean? Going at this rate. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't blame Man United fans if they'd won Europa League this season. I won't blame them if they said the Champions League's next. I won't blame them. No matter what season they have in the league. I won't blame them if they said the Champions League is the next one we're going to win. We're going up the pecking order. I won't blame them. I wouldn't blame them at all. You know what I mean? But if it's Spurs in the final, then yes, I would rather Man United win it. I mean, best scenario that can play out in the Europa League is Bilbao and Bodo Glimt making a comeback, which the only one that's more likely to happen is the Bodo Glimt, simply because it's only 2 goals behind. But Bodo Glimt won't beat Spurs 3-0. They won't. Bodo Glimt are not levels like that. And Bilbao aren't going to Old Trafford and rolling them over the way they were rolled over. It's not happening. Like, Man United and Spurs clearly a different level in the Europa League. And you could say, yes, the fact that nobody from the Champions League gets relegated into Europa League, that is a massive fault. Because to be honest, had it been for teams get relegated from the Champions League into Europa League, I don't think Spurs and Man United will be where they are. You know what I mean? Nobody can say the same about Arsenal because nobody has to drop down into the Champions League or anything. It is what it is. See what I'm saying? Their last 3-4 Europa League opponents got a red card. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Each knockout round, a player's been sent off. You know what I mean? So all of them shared it. And I still haven't seen the one in the first leg yet. I haven't seen what actually happened. Mason Milan are not dross. They're individual players, but lack a manager and structure and leadership in our directors. Bergie got the brown envelope open. Man United will win Europa League, even knowing I don't want them or Tottenham winning it. I just honestly think it's Spurs. Either way, one of them, what happened to us in Baku, I think one of them's getting it. And I think Spurs will probably do it to Man United. One of them's getting beaten convincingly in that final, I think. I don't think it will be a close final, 0-0, 1-1. I don't think it'll be that kind of final. AC Milan sat there manager mid-season. That's you lot going back and forth. Bournemouth game was a shambles. Arteta damaged morale going into his second leg. The players will be second guessing the decisions they make. Watch. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Sacked manager beat Madrid, but wasn't good enough. Lost stress. Maybe Raheem the Dream might do a thing. I don't think he'll get the chance. You know what I mean? If it's 0-0 or 1-0 to us, going up to 70 minutes, Sterling's not coming on. The only way Sterling's coming on is if a player gets injured. You know what I mean? He ain't coming on otherwise. Arteta, he doesn't trust in his own source like that. You know what I mean? But he chose to get him on loan. You know what I mean? Arteta out here saying losing the Prem hurt his tummy. Is that what he said? This guy, man, yeah? Like, fam, you knew exactly what you needed to do in a transfer window. You didn't want to do it. You thought, let me sign a DM, let me sign a number 6, and let me sign a number 3. You chose that. You chose to sign. Well, he's not really a number 3, really. He's more like a number 5. Yeah. But you chose to sign a player to be a number 3 and a player who you will have as a number 6, 8 at best. You chose that. You didn't want a number 9. Now you're saying it hurt my tummy that we lost league there. Well, whose fault's that? You know what I mean? You have Man City out here signing Mamouche and some other players. They improved since. You know what I mean? They're in the FA Cup final, which they'll no doubt win, unfortunately. Man's out here talking about tummy. You know what I mean? AC Milan always show up against big teams. We are too arrogant against small teams like Feyenoord. Odegaard delivery on free kicks or when delivering the ball in the box is piss poor. The thing is, he's better off crossing it in. Just like the goal against Palace. And there was one against who was the other one against him? It was offside. There was one where Odegaard lifted it in. Oh, PSG. I think Odegaard lifted that in, I think. Oh no, it was Rice. No, it was Rice that one. But Odegaard assisted Kivior in the Palace game. He's better at doing that. When there's no wall there and he can just clearly get it in. But in terms of trying to score a direct free kick, I swear if the game's close and we have a free kick in the dying minutes or something, I swear I better not see him on it. I swear I better not see him on it because we know it's hitting the wall and PSG have a chance of a counter attack. Odegaard can't kick a ball over a fucking wall, man. At 2-4 it was shambles that. I ain't gonna lie. I could have made that an Microsoft point. Someone should have got AI to get him some good design. I mean, that just goes to show we had nothing. I mean, that's the best we could do. A cannon on a shitty curtain. You know what I mean? Arteta's cup record is shocking. It is. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think we'll go through. You know what I mean? We can't even score in the semi-final. That's why I predicted 3-0. Because we can't even score in the semi-final. How we played against PSG last week was basically how we played against Newcastle in the EFL Cup semi-finals. Both legs. Shocking. Newcastle won the cup on our head top. They had to get through us to get to Wembley. You know what I mean? Like, we need to beat that. As good as it was that Newcastle won the cup, they beat us in the semi-final. You know what I mean? For me, losing early this season to Dustin Man United showed me everything. Well, we lost in the cup. We didn't lose in the league against Man United. They haven't beaten us in the league since 2022. Man United are not winning the champs. You never know. You never know. If they win the Europa League, get into the Champions League. Because let's put it this way: if that was us, if we'd have won the EFL Cup, then won the FA Cup, and let's just say won the Europa League, I would think to myself, the Champions League is next. You know what I mean? They're shit housing that Europa. To be honest, the fact that nobody gets dropped in there from the Champions League, right, allows teams to shit house their way. Bodo Glimt would have never got to the semi-finals. You know what I mean? In fact, let me find out who finished bottom in the Champions League. Let me right, league phase. So you got Young Boys, Bratislava, Salzburg, Girona, Leipzig. They're the bottom 5, right? So let's just say they dropped into Europa League, the last 5 or something, right? I mean, they're more Europa League sides. I mean, we we could probably do a being in Europa League the way it is right now. I mean, shit house our way to Europa League. I wish they didn't even hang up that tifo. Absolute disgrace. They put up a show for Madrid and don't do it. We're in the damn semi-final now. I know that the fans are to blame as well. In all fairness, there was no, there was no intimidation, no nothing. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like Villa fans would have done a way better job than us if they were in the semi-final. See what I'm saying? There's nothing at all from us. Now, if we win the Champions League, all is forgotten. Nobody's going to care about that anymore. Nobody's going to care about none of that, and we'd have that to add to our list of trophies, and then we can flex that. Then we can have a tifo that has the Invincible trophy and the Champions League trophy, as in we've done this in our history, kind of thing. We're the only team in England to have these kind of thing at the same time, sort of thing. Not that they'll won at the same time, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm not going to win Europa for real. Unfortunately, because I say fortunately because it'll be Spurs. The Bodo Glimt aren't going to do anything against them, so Spurs are in the final. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, because we have to see Man United win it, if but the fortunate would be beating Spurs if they both get there. They only beat their last 3 or 4 opponents because of red cards. Probably was. I mean, when did Man United beat anybody 3-0 these days? You know what I mean? I think the last time they did that was Leicester, and they were shocking. You know what I mean? Sorry, that doesn't move me. Bodo Glimt, one more time, please. Bodo can. They ain't doing it. I hope they do it, but they ain't doing it. Bodo lost to Lazio 3-1 away and still went through. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully they can, because obviously them getting that goal. You know what I mean? It's put them just two behind. But yeah, we'll have to see. But we'll see. Don't sleep on the mighty Bordeaux. Hopium on my part. We all need the hopium. You know what I mean? We all need it. Bodo Glimt have a slim chance. They are undefeated at home. I believe United tie is done. Looks like it's going to be, if it's going to be between, if the final is going to be between Bodo Glimt and Man United, Jesus Christ, I don't think Bodo Glimt is going to win. I don't think, but if they do, you know, they'll be my second team. If Bodo Glimt can win the Europa League, I swear they'll be my second team. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'll be like, yeah, they know way out there. So yeah, they'll be my favorite Norwegian club. if they do that, it will be Spurs to finish 17th and win a trophy. In fact, no, it'd be Spurs to finish 17th and lose a semi-final of a chance of winning a trophy. That would be Spurs. Atalanta won Europa League last season. We've not played any Champions League. We dropped down. Yeah. Promise you, Arteta said losing a pen hurt his tummy. This man's moving like a kindergarten teacher. Kindergarten teacher. Jesus Christ. Shows what he thinks of the fans. Margoff says the word tummy, drug testing. Man said tummy, you know. Let's not forget Havertz cost 65 million. Jokeris could go for 60 million. I told you guys already. Arteta has a phobia. He has striphobia. A fear of signing, a fear of a striker. He's scared. You know what I mean? He could have bought a ready-made striker. He didn't want it. He wants to turn somebody into one. So he can be like, look what I did. You know what I mean? That's what he wants to do. And I don't have time for any egos like that at this club. We don't have time for managers thinking, I can get cute. We don't have time for that. I mean, we don't have time for that. Can someone explain to me as well how Arsenal concede so many set pieces? I have no idea. I mean, it wasn't so long ago, aka last season, when our defensive record and everything like that was pretty sound, and then we started conceding more goals this season. I think we've still got the best defense in the league, I think. But conceding from set pieces, I don't know what's going on. We went from scoring bare goals from set piece. We went from being set piece FC. Have I still got the photo in here? Have I still got the photo in here? Yes, I do. We went from set piece FC. Yeah. This meme was this AI meme was created for us because of us scoring from set pieces. Yeah. And it just dried up. That Bournemouth game was the first time I saw someone concede from a long throw since Scott Dillard. I can't remember the last time. In fact, there was a game. It might have been. Is it? I don't know if it was a Premier League game. It might have been a lower league side, but I'm sure someone did a long throw in and it bounced in. The score from it. I can't remember if I was in the Premier League though. I seen that. That was recently. Like he threw it, long throw, and then it bounced and then he fooled the keeper because nobody touched it. So it went straight, it bounced in. But I can't remember if that was a Premier League side or if it was a lower league side, like a Championship side or something. But I've seen that recently. But in terms of like that, maybe Bournemouth might be our new Stoke. On the weekend, Arsenal and City will have the same points in the league. We're beating Liverpool this weekend. It's the last two games we're not winning. You know what I mean? Us being us will beat Liverpool. Us being us. Because it won't matter. Liverpool on the beach. Blah, 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 blah. Finally, Arsenal win at Anfield. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be like that. I predicted City finishing second and they call me mad. We'll finish fifth, in all fairness. I think Chelsea will snatch finishing above us. You know what I mean? And if we get to the Champions League final, I'll probably say we definitely finish as low as fifth. Look at Arsenal's league form. We've been consistently shit all season. Yeah, we're not beating Newcastle. We're not beating them. What our top gun is going to say if Eddie Howe beats Arteta for the 4th time. I can't remember last time we've beaten Newcastle 4 times in the league. Have we ever done it? I can't remember the last time. That's a quadruple defeats. It's Eddie Howe. People don't get like that. Yeah. I expect your honesty, man. You can be a fan of a club and be objective. Yeah, I mean, I say what's on my mind. I say what I really think. Nothing I say is to be like, oh, hear what you said kind of thing. You know what I mean? I say what I say and I stand on it. Now, if I change my mind on anything, I'll make sure that I let it be known that this is how I did think. Now I've changed it. So it avoids me being such a flip-flop in a way. For example, I say that if Arteta wins the Champions League, I still want him gone. Now, if we actually win it and I actually see that happen, emotions might get the better of me and I might think differently, but I can't imagine it because there's too much I can explain that's on my side as to why I would still want him gone, even if he won it. I've seen too much shit that's destructive to know that it won't get any better. If anything, it'll get worse if he wins a trophy, really. Because if he can win a trophy, being stubborn like this and being goofy and, you know, being destructive to the squad, if he can win a trophy doing that, he's never going to learn. Because he will always think, I can win a trophy doing that. Because look what I did. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, should he triumph in this competition, yeah, obviously the majority of the fan base will want him to stay. They'll give him another season or whatever. I'm saying right now, we're going to get to a point where we're going to look back and say Arteta should have walked after he won the Champions League. Let's just say if it happens, that's where we'll be. And it will be the new Invincibles. We'll go years and look back to 2025 when, we won the Champions League. It'll be that. Just like we do with Invincibles. That's what it'll be. I'm not trying to hear, man, try gaslight me into not believing my own eyes. That's what I mean. Especially these non-Arsenal fans that try and deride Arsenal, you know what I mean, for their own gain.
Oh, that's classy. I can't, but this is going too far.
Some of the stuff that
Liverpool won't let you win, bro. It's not about letting, it's just they'll make changes because I think they'll want to give some players medals for the league. But I honestly, I can see us beating them. I can see us beating them. If the league was still to play for, we wouldn't have beaten them. You know what I mean? But I can see us beating them. I really can. It's the only game I can't see us beating Southampton away on the last day. I can't see us beating Newcastle at the Emirates. The only win I can see us getting is against Liverpool. Now we might get smoked, and I'll be totally wrong, but that's what I can see. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. My score prediction for this game is PSG 3, Arsenal 0. PSG progressing to the final 4-0 on aggregate. I must say as well, the last time Liverpool won the league, PSG got to a Champions League final. So there's records on either side. You know what I mean? Hansi Flick beat PSG to win the Champions League. I think he won the treble when he won the Champions League as well. Last time we won a European trophy, we beat PSG in the semi-final. You know what I mean? Every final that's been held in Munich, it's been a new Champions League winner that's won it. You know what I mean? So there's lots of things that you can look at and be like, oh, well, you know, but we'll have to see anyway. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials, the links in the description below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night where hopefully in my match reaction, we're through, hopefully. I won't be streaming the game because, you know, I'm not going to stream it in a service station or in my truck or anything like that. It means I'll have to use StreamYard on my, I don't know. I might do. I don't know. We'll just have to see, innit? We'll have to see. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hopefully road to Munich, we'll reach Munich. You know what I mean? Next stop is Munich if we can get through. Please, Arsenal, do not let us down. Yeah? I want to believe, but you lot make it hard. Anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
Because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.